Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. So in this video we're going to be building this JavaScript snake. So how it works is we'll hover over our browser and the circle starts following wherever our cursor goes. So this is a pretty neat project and I think you guys should try it out. But also to let you guys know, this video was inspired by one of my friends on YouTube. He makes coding tutorials as well. He posts CSS animations and pretty cool hover effects videos and things like that, so you should go check out his channel and subscribe because you might learn a thing or two from his channel. Anyways, let's get started with the video. So I'm going to delete all this code like we always do when we start a project and generate our boilerplate code, and in between our body tags we're going to type script. I'll type source inside this and link my that's not what I meant to do. We can go grab this link right here. So this is the Jquery link. It allows us to use Jquery in JavaScript. And if you guys don't know what Jquery is yet, don't worry, I'll explain what it is in future videos. But for now we're just going to learn how to build this JavaScript snake. So I'm going to delete all this where it says cross origin because we don't need that, or integrity. All we need is the source. After we're done linking that, we can go create another script tag and type for var I equals 0. So we're creating a for loop, and while I is less than 60, you can change the number to however many circles you want. So while I is less than 60, so this means we're going to generate 59 circles. That's what I'm going to do. And then I plus plus. So what this is doing is when I is 0, it's going to increment I by 1, and then it's going to create an element. It's going to create a div and set the class name to whatever class we give it, and then it's going to repeat that step all over again. So now I is 1, and when you increment 1 by 1, you're going to get 2, and so forth. You get the idea, I think. So now we're going to do var snake equals document dot create element, and the element that we're going to be creating is a div. And I'm going to type snake.classList.add, and we just pass in our class name, which I'll just give snake. And then we can do document.body.append child snake. So it's going to create 59 of these divs with the class name of snake and then append it onto our document. So now if we check our console, our HTML, so as you notice, we have a bunch of these divs with the class of snake, so that means we did it correctly. And that's just a short way of creating multiple divs instead of having to do div and then give it a class of snake and then copy that down 59 times, because that's just going to take up a lot of room and it's just going to be a mess. So that's why I recommend you guys using this technique, because it's going to save you a lot of time and lines of code. So now we can do document.add event listener, and the event listener is mouse move. So when you hover over the browser, it's going to do something. And what it's going to do is, first we're going to give it a parameter of e, and I'm going to use arrow functions for this. I'll also teach you guys what arrow functions are in future videos, but now let's just keep going. So I'm going to do Gsap 2. So what Gsap 2 means is that it's going to go from the snake's current styles and it's going to go to a different style. So that's what it's basically saying. And then we'll pass in our variable, which is snake, and then a set of curly braces. And inside of that we'll do, for the x, we'll do e.clientx, so it's going to move wherever our cursor goes. And then for our y, we just do e.client, you guessed it, client y. And then we'll just give it a stagger of negative 0.05 so that the circles aren't sticking to each other and so that it actually looks like a snake. So we're going to do negative 0.05. You can mess around with the values and see what happens. And now we have to create a function called function random hex color code. So we're going to create a variable called chars equals, and if you recognize, these are the letters that makes up all the hex color codes in HTML. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to get a random color every single time this function is called. So we can do var color length equals 6, because that's how many characters are in a hex color code, only 6. And then our color is just going to be an empty string, because we're going to append whatever the random letter or number we get from this variable chars right here. And then we can do for var I equals 0, and while I is less than color length, and color length is 6, so this is basically saying while I is less than 6, keep incrementing I by 1, because plus plus means 1. And then we can create another variable called var random color equals math.floor math.random times chars.length. And then we'll just append it to our color variable right here. So we're going to call it right here and do plus equals, so it will keep adding on new values. And then we'll just type chars.substring random color plus 1, and then it's just going to return a # plus color. So now if we console.log random hex color code, and make sure we call it by typing these two set of parentheses, and now if we check in our console, we should see a random color. This is right here. So we got this color right here, 59DFFD. So that means it's working, and ignore these errors for now because they should go away once we're almost done with the project. Now we can create one more function called function new color var snake equals document dot query selector all snake. And for each of them, each of the elements in the node list, we're going to give it a for each method, and we'll pass in e for our parameter. And this is also going to be a function, so it's functions within functions. And this will be var new color, and notice I capitalized the n because I don't want it to be the same. I don't want it to be identical to the name of the function completely. And then I'll do var new color equals random hex color code. So this is basically the function right here, this function right here. And then we can do e.style.background equals new color, then e.style.opacity equals 0.78, and the opacity is optional. You don't have to add it. I'm just doing it to make it look cooler. And then we can create one last function which will change the background of our browser every 2 seconds, and we're about to create an interval, which is why I said every 2 seconds. So function new bg, which just stands for background, var new color equals random hex color code. Make sure we call the function, and then we can do document.body.style.background color equals new color. And now we just have to create an interval for our new background color function. So this will be interval 1 equals set interval new bg color, the name of our function. And as you notice, it's flashing very rapidly. Let's set it to 2000 milliseconds. So now as the background color is going to change color every 2 seconds. And if we want to, we can make this go even faster. So now it's changing every 200 milliseconds, which is 0.2 seconds. But let's just make it 2000 seconds so it's not hurting our eyes. And let's create another interval and name it interval 2. And this will be for our new color function. And this will change color every 500 milliseconds. And so far our snake hasn't appeared on our screen yet. That's because we haven't applied any CSS styles yet. Let's give the body a background color of black with 100%, then height 100%. Then for our snake, we'll just do background image, linear gradient. So it's going to be at an angle, orange, pink. I'm just blending a bunch of color together. or maybe just 2 colors. That should be good enough. And then position absolute, border radius 50%, transform translate -50%, -50%, and this will be width 120 pixels, height 120 pixels. And now we should be done. We forgot to do our Gsap thing, so let's do that real quick. Where was it? It was right here. Okay guys, I think I see what the problem was. It's because I grabbed the wrong link. It should have been this link right here. I'll have it linked in the description below for you guys to use so you guys don't have to go find it yourself. And now we're done with the project. Let's go check it out. So now we have our snake. It's just dancing all over the place. And yeah, I think this is a pretty cool project, and I think you guys should try it out. And this is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to go check out my other videos, and also go check out Coding Fire's channel as well, because he posts some interesting and neat videos, so you should go check out his channel. And other than that, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I hope to see you again in my next video.